Do you know what the biggest lie they ever sold you is? That saving money is only for people who earn a lot. False. Completely false. If you believe that, you already started losing. And let me tell you something even more uncomfortable. People with modest incomes, especially those running a household on a tight budget, are often the best savers when they know the right tricks. Yeah, you heard that right. Better than the manager with 3 premium credit cards. Better than the guy driving his brand new truck financed over 72 months. Because you already know something they forgot: how to stretch every dollar like it's gum. What nobody taught you is how to turn that skill into an unstoppable saving machine. Until today. Stay in this video because I'm going to show you the exact system thousands of smart families use to save money even when it seems mathematically impossible. And if you don't subscribe right now, you're literally leaving money on the table. Go on, hit that button. I'll wait. Good. Now let's begin. First things first, forget everything they told you about saving money. Forget the typical save 10% of your salary advice. Absurd. When you're barely making it to the end of the month, saving 10% is like asking a dog to speak French. It doesn't work like that. The first trick you need to understand is this: you don't save what's left over, you save what you never see. Let me explain the key. Most people do this. They get their paycheck, pay everything, buy everything, and then at the end of the month try to save what's left. Fatal mistake. There will never be anything left. Ever. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole the size of Texas. So what do the people who do manage to save actually do? They cheat. A smart cheat. And you're going to do it too. It works like this. The moment you receive any income, any at all, before it reaches your main account or debit card, you split it right then and there. 3 mental envelopes. Yes, just like your grandmother used to do. Because your grandmother was basically a finance expert without even knowing it. But listen closely, these envelopes are not equal. That's the classic mistake. They tell you, divide everything evenly, and you end up eating instant ramen all week. No, the 3 envelopes are mandatory expenses, adjustable expenses, and money that doesn't exist. That last envelope is your savings. We call it money that doesn't exist, because from the moment you separate it, you act like it never arrived. Like when you say, I only ate 1 cookie, when it was actually 6. Self-deception, but it works. So how much goes into each one? Here's the good part. For mandatory expenses, rent, electricity, water, gas, basic groceries, 70%. Realistic and straightforward. For adjustable expenses, things you think you need but can reduce. Coffees, snacks, impulse buys, 20%. And for the money that doesn't exist, your sacred savings, 10%. Didn't I just say saving 10% was absurd? Yes, but now it's different because this 10% comes out first, when the money is fresh and you haven't mentally spent it yet. That's how you win. And listen carefully, because this is where most people mess up. That 10% is not for buying an iPhone, a TV, or treating yourself. No, your savings have 3 jobs, and none of them is spending it. The first job is to multiply, even if just a little. In the United States, there are interest-earning savings accounts, high-yield savings accounts, that give you between 3% and 5% annually without you lifting a finger. Not a lot, but infinitely more than the 0% your closet drawer gives you. The second job of your savings is protection. Protection from emergencies, a flat tire, a doctor's appointment, the fridge making tractor noises. If you don't have an emergency fund, every unexpected expense pushes you straight onto a credit card. And then, my friend, you're toast. The third job is freedom. Freedom to say no. No to a toxic boss. No to an extra shift. No to a situation you don't want. Savings aren't money. They're power. They're margin. They're the ability to breathe. But now I hear you thinking, great story, but if I can't make it with 100%, how am I supposed to make it with 90%? And you're right. With your current lifestyle, you won't. That's why the next step isn't saving more. It's spending less without feeling like your life is a punishment. And here comes the most powerful trick of all, the one millions of families use without anyone knowing. But first, I want you to comment below. What makes you spend the most? Groceries? Daily coffees? Delivery food? Amazon shopping? Comment, because this helps me make more specific videos for you. Go ahead, I'll wait. Ready? Perfect. Now, the trick, invisible microcuts. Sounds military because it basically is. It's not about stopping living. It's not about cutting everything at once. It's about making cuts so small you don't even notice them, but together they save you a fortune. Example 1. Generic brands. In the US, store brands like Great Value, Kirkland, Target Good, and Gather. Many come from the same factory as the premium brands, but they cost 30% less. Switch rice, sugar, pasta, milk, oats, canned goods. You save without changing what you eat. Example 2. Buy seasonal products. Berries in winter cost like diamonds. Buy what's in season. Cheaper, fresher, tastier. Save up to 40%. Example 3. Eliminate ghost expenses. Subscriptions you don't use. Apps, channels, memberships, the $30 gym you haven't visited since January. Check your statements. There are $20 to $50 hiding there every month. That's $300 to $600 a year. Example 4. Smart grocery lists. Check your pantry before shopping. Make an exact list. And above all, eat before you go. Going to the grocery store hungry is signing your own financial doom. You end up spending 30 to 50% more. You go for bread and leave with a cart full of just in case. Example 5. Cook in bulk and freeze. Meal prep. On Sunday you cook rice, chicken, veggies, pasta, chili. You portion it and freeze it. This kills delivery spending. And here's a bomb. The average U.S. household spends between $150 and $400 a month on takeout. That's $1,800 to $4,800 a year. Literally a trip, a new computer, or a month of rent. Example 6. Repair before replacing. A broken zipper, a missing button, a wobbly chair. Everything has a YouTube tutorial. Repairing costs 10 times less than buying new. Example 7. Swaps and local groups. There's Facebook Marketplace, Buy Nothing groups, kids clothing exchange groups. Kids grow like crazy, and clothes fit for weeks. Swap, donate, receive. You save hundreds per year. Now add it all up. Generic brands, seasonal products, cutting ghost expenses, smart shopping lists, meal prep, repairing, swapping. You can easily save $150 to $300 a month without feeling like you're living in survival mode. But now comes the important part, how to multiply that money without doing anything. Here comes the reverse snowball effect. You know the debt snowball method? This is the same, but reversed. To build wealth, you take the first $10, $20, $30 you save from your microcuts and put them into an interest-earning account or an app that pays interest. You don't need $1,000 to start. You can start with $5. Sounds silly, but it's not. Compound interest works the same whether you start with a little or a lot. The only difference is time. Every month you add your savings there, and the money grows, then grows more, and grows on its own, like a tree that looks tiny at first, but later gives you shade and fruit for years. And here's the secret almost no one tells you. Automate. Yes, automate everything. Banks in the US let you schedule automatic transfers. The day you get your paycheck, boom, that 10% moves to your savings account by itself. Like magic. This way you don't depend on willpower. Because let's be honest, you're busy, tired, with 1,000 things to do. Automation is your best friend. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I have debt. I don't have a fixed income. I have emergencies every 2 weeks. And yes, that's true. Your situation is special. Everyone's is. But excuses don't pay the rent. So let's talk about those situations. Situation 1. You have debt. Credit cards, loans, even money owed to family. Logic says, first I pay everything, then I save. False. If you wait, you'll never save. There will always be a new debt. The correct strategy is 80/20. After mandatory expenses, 80% goes to debt. The other 20% goes to savings. Yes, it takes longer to pay off, but you build a safety cushion, and that cushion prevents you from going into debt again. Situation 2. Variable income. One month you make $200, another month $600. Chaos. Solution. Calculate your average from the last 6 months. That's your base income. Plan using that number. Everything you earn above that goes to savings. All of it. Because in good months we spend like they'll last forever, and then the bad months show up. Situation 3. Constant emergencies. It feels like every time you save, something breaks. Welcome to adulthood. That's why your first goal is not to invest or buy anything. It's to create an emergency fund worth 1 month of expenses. Just one. If you spend $1,200 a month, your goal is $1,200. That fund turns disasters into minor inconveniences. Now get ready, because here comes the uncomfortable truth. The one nobody says online because it's scary. Listen closely. You cannot save your way into wealth on a low income. You can't. You can save to breathe, to stay stable, to sleep peacefully. But to truly change your situation, you need to increase your income. And this is where many people give up. But not you. Because increasing your income is possible. Hard, yes, but possible. How? First, identify your skills. You cook well, organize well, iron, decorate, babysit, make crafts. Those skills are services. Start small. Cook meals for neighbors, clean one house a week, babysit a few hours. $40 here, $60 there. Suddenly you have $200 more per month. $2,400 a year. That changes lives. Second, sell what you don't use. Your home is full of money-gathering dust. Post it on Facebook Marketplace. Offer up local groups. You can make $100 to $500 easily. Third, learn a simple digital skill. You don't need a degree, not even a computer. With your phone, you can do transcriptions, virtual assistant tasks, comment moderation, social media management. Platforms: Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer. Start cheap and go up as you gain experience. Thousands of people started like this and now earn more than in traditional jobs. Fourth, monetize your knowledge. Do you know how to cook cheaply? Organize a house? Save money? That knowledge has value. You can create a private Facebook or WhatsApp group with tips and charge $3 a month. If 20 people join, that's $60 extra. Or you can upload short videos to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you grow, brands pay. And you don't need millions of followers. With 5,000, you can already make money.